Well, it's been a while. I just had the mic muted. Well, it's been a while since I've done this. I took a little vacation after I got COVID, but it's good to be back. And I got the best people with me, of course, behind the scenes. So before we get into today's show, guys, make sure to smash that like button, share the show across social media, and if you'd like to help support the show, you could definitely join our membership and or send a super chat donation via YouTube or Stream Elements during the show to show your appreciation. And as always, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. You guys are the lifeblood of why we do this. Now I was gone for a while. I like I said, I took some time off, but I cannot wait. I have some videos that I've already pre-recorded with the new camera. I can't wait to edit them. I'm finally home and feeling better. So thank you to everyone who, said their piece and all that. But here we go. Welcome, Austin Lean and Caden Reed. What's
Yeah.
up, guys? What's going on?
Yeah. What's up, suit and tie? I be on my suit and tie.
I still have not.
You even look a little bit like Justin Timberlake. I'm starting to see it now. It's all making sense.
If I put the glasses on,
yeah,
it's more of a Clark Kent.
Right, more of a Clark Kent vibe. We'll go with Jonathan Kent. He's a little bit on the skinnier side, a little bit the lean. The muscles there, just lean,
Yeah. So, guys, oh God, it's been a hell of.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and it's been a hell of a couple weeks for pop culture. Listen, I try to do my best to stay, vigilant and up to date. But while I was doing what I was doing, I kind of wanted, I was in New Hampshire. I wanted to, enjoy the landscape, do all that. But, I have my phone with me. And, when you have your phone with you, it's almost impossible to escape what's going on in the world, right? I know that that's true for everybody, or at least most people. I want to start with something small, something that happened last week. From Secret Invasion, which is a show that I, can't wait with. I can't wait for, I should say. We got a few set picks. Samuel L. Jackson, the girl from How I Met Your Mother.
Colby Smolder.
Yeah, thank you. I always forget her name. Colby
Smolder.
Yeah, and then we have good old Colby.
Ben Mendelsohn.
And then we have Emilia Clarke. Now, Emilia Clarke is not confirmed as a character yet, but many fans have speculated as to who she is. Now, I won't ruin the surprise on who I think it is, but there are some. Look closely at the wardrobe is all I'll say. Look closely at the wardrobe. But guys, what do you think of Secret Invasion? How is it shaping up? Is it something you're excited for? Something for you get your jollies off of?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's at this point, that I think next to Loki, right? Secret Invasion is probably what I would assume is going to be the next big Marvel event that's going to, really tie into the movies and do all that the way that Loki did.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm definitely excited. Samuel Jackson all day long, especially with the gray beard. I don't know if you saw that picture. He doesn't have the eye patch anymore. He just looks badass, man. He's just like
and he's sporting the look with the the cat scratches. He's not hiding it anymore, right?
No.
Yeah.
He's embodying who he is, and maybe that was like the one good thing that came out of Captain Marvel. I don't know. That's up for debate. But I still don't like how he lost an eye. I thought if Nick Fury was going to lose an eye, it was going to be in some Nick Fury way, but it was really just a cat scratch. And see, there's a much better picture. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks badass.
It looks crazy good.
Right.
Yeah, it looks badass. Like, but
it was not no ordinary cat though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was a Blorgan, so or whatever they called. So
Florkin.
What is it?
Florkin.
Florkin?
Florkin.
Flurkin. That's right.
Flurkin.
So anything like that is just whatever. It's a creature scratched him. So but yeah, I mean, as far as Secret Invasion goes, I mean, not much is known, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's not something that we know a crazy amount about. But I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
I just want them to do it right. I want some severity to it. I want there to be consequence. I want there to be repercussion for the MCU going forward.
It definitely sounds like there will be like some sort of like, of course we have the like casting of Jesus, Chris McDonald, who's like this Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones type news reporter.
Yeah.
And so it's clearly in the way that like, oh, like you see this guy who's a recurring character who's like news reporting, like a J. Jonah, like in another J. Jonah type.
Right.
And he's gonna be like, oh, we don't know who to trust anymore. Who can we trust in our government type thing? Like, like you don't know, like, and probably say some absurd person as a scroll, and then it turns out like maybe he turns out to be a scroll, like at the end, like
right.
twist,
Well, the thing is, like, Nick Fury gave permission for a scroll to impersonate him.
Yeah, Talos.
So. And then that tie-in at the end of WandaVision, right? It was WandaVision.
Right.
So basically what I think is, just like humans, there are factions of Skrulls. There's a bad faction and a good faction.
Right.
And that's how we're going to get our Marvel-esque, like, good guy, bad guy.
This guy is the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's going to turn out, all I want from this series is repercussion. I want it to, well, first off, I want good storytelling.
Right.
And I want there to be severity to it. So I want characters, lay the seed work for characters later on. It's, Secret Invasion to be, so we can figure out that, holy shit, this guy that we've known for so long is a Skrull. So
right.
like that stuff needs to happen, and they can't just do Maria Hill because fans will be like, okay, we get it. But if it was someone like Clint Barton, then that's next level, like drop the mic kind of stuff. So that's the stuff I'm looking for, and I want Disney and Marvel to have the cojones to pull the trigger on it. Because that's what. There needs to be there like the MCU has a lot, but it's what is missing is finality.
Right.
Tony Stark.
I wonder if there's gonna be a scene in it where someone disguises themselves, like one of the Bat Squirrels disguise themselves as Phil Coulson, and then the Fury just shoots him, and then like be like, you were dead since 2012. Why should I trust you? Like boom, like type thing where it's like it's like
it kind of
taunts Nick Fury and also kind of like broadens the whole thing. We're like, oh snap, like these Skrulls aren't just like impersonating anyone, it's impersonating people that have passed away, but also trying to taunt people.
Right. Yeah, so as far as Secret Invasion goes, it's definitely high up on my list of things that I'm excited for. Another thing that that's really doing it for me right now, and I know I was lucky enough to be able to watch most of it, if not all of it, already. But Peacemaker, I mean, I know I'm jumping MCU to DC here, but how are you guys liking Peacemaker so far? I mean, the show is kind of generally what I expected it would be. Mostly comedic. Obviously taking place after Suicide Squad. John Cena is John Cena, but we're getting to kind of peel back the layers of John Cena's character, and it's fun to watch. It's cool to watch. Peacemaker kind of struggle with that, with his own motto, right? His own motto is like, for peace, no matter how many women, children, and so on and so forth I have
And
to
he
get.
struggles with that in the first episode,
Yeah, he
like with
struggles
the
with it a
whole.
lot during the series.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's like,
definitely those things with the Rick Flag stuff, like
yeah,
that
for
whole thing, like
sure.
because like we learned in obviously in the Suicide Squad that Rick Flag is one of Peacemaker's heroes, you know, and and like and he killed his hero, one of his heroes, and it's
Exactly.
not just like, but it's like fun face to face kill. It's not like one of those long shot kills or anything where it's like a face to face kill, and it's someone that he like was around more. It wasn't just like some random stranger that he was like seeing committing a crime or anything. It's like his hero, someone that he probably saw as almost as a friend,
Yeah,
So it's like it's really hit him, and so it's like, and then of course he's like, am I a hero, or am I a villain, or am I a vigilante, or what am I?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think at the uh I think at the end, uh Peacemaker is going to be a different character in terms of how he approaches things, how he and that was as to be expected. They
Right.
didn't give Peacemaker a show
Just to
for,
stay as Peacemaker.
just to stay as the shithead that we met him as
Right.
in Suicide Squad. The whole point is to develop the character more, right? Flesh it out, flesh him out. He isn't a bad guy. He just, I mean, look at who his father is.
Right.
Like, look
Exactly.
at look
That
at
is
his look at
exactly
who
what
his dad
Adebayo
is.
said.
Right,
Like
right.
By the way,
Adebayo,
that reveal was amazing when we finally find out that his dad like is
Red Dragon, White
yeah,
Dragon,
the
White
dragon.
Dragon. Yeah.
That reveal was awesome. And then like there's just like this secret base inside the house. Like what a great reveal.
Yeah.
For because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one of those people who will lie. Peacemaker's not a character I know. So as far as like the lore goes, this is all
It
new to me.
seems like they really are combining all the two different Peacemakers into one and adding more, because you had one Peacemaker who was just like uh trying to do peace and stuff, and then you have the very white conservative Peacemaker, and funny enough is that there was also that white conservative version of Peacemaker also teamed up with the white conservative version of Bloodsport, and the funny about that Bloodsport is that he didn't know what the previous Bloodsport who that previous Bloodsport was,
Right.
and as we see, so
Right,
yeah.
right. Um, and yeah, thank you to all of our members of the show, guys. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Actually, so things are going to be changing around the Pop Culture Corner. So we are going to be fully sponsored by Showcase Cinemas. So I've been going through for the past couple days, trying to come up with new names for tiers, um, new incentives. Actually, if you have the top membership, you'll actually get discounts for movie tickets via a Showcase Cinemas or affiliates, which I thought was really cool of them to do. So it's going to be a huge perk. I have a lot more to talk about when it comes to my deal with Showcase, very, very soon. And I'm super excited about it. And make sure to like and share, guys. Thank you so much. But with that being said, yeah, Peacemaker. I mean, Austin, you didn't say much.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. I mean, I've been talking. Obviously it's the character I least probably would have wanted to see get a spinoff, but and I say this a lot. I think it's just a testament to great writing on James Gunn and just how good of a creative that he is. That he's able to take a character that most people hate, and not only is this character growing on people, what I'm really loving is that this character's learning something every single episode, and you're kind of getting it's fun to be on this journey with someone who's so old school, right, and so in a different mindset than the rest of society, and see him kind of grow.
Where are they? Where are they right now? Because all I need to watch is the finale. I haven't seen the finale. That's the only
Okay,
thing.
so the last episode, we just it was the episode where
The reveal of Mern.
they reveal Mern. He runs outside after Abadeo,
Gotcha.
and all that.
X-ray helmet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
X-ray helmet. Gotcha. So yeah, I still have a couple episodes to go before you guys are caught up. So, but yeah, Peacemaker overall, doing wonders. By the way, biggest show right now, out there. So it's got the biggest audience, of all the shows that are out right now. And you know what? I like it. I like that faith is being restored. Not faith is being restored, but I like the draw. Because the Suicide Squad, I remember Austin and I did our review for it the night that it came out, and we both loved it. And
Yeah.
we were I'm pretty sure we're quoted in that video somewhere saying we know this movie is going to do a huge amount of numbers, and
Right,
it
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
It just didn't. So I'm glad to see that this show is pulling in the crowd that it is pulling in, because I think DC needed a win, and with like with something like Peacemaker, and that's the thing DC is starting to realize is it's these one-offs, right? Not one-offs, but these, like the Joker, Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and I'm sure David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Had we seen the real thing, and then Peacemaker, these things that are they don't try so hard to connect to the larger universe. Those are the ones that are doing the best.
And funny enough is that, as James Gunn said, this is his first writing a TV show like ever, and the reason why the way he learned to write TV was just binging a bunch of shows during the like shutdown. It was like binging a bunch of shows and just be like, and then when he was watching these shows, he had an idea. He's like, I might as well just start writing the show, at least take what I'm learning and do something with this. And he wrote Peacemaker and pitched it to Warner, and they're like, yeah, okay,
yeah.
So it's like it's a crazy thing, like to see, like, like Austin said before, a testament to good writing. Like it's.
And speaking of good writing, because I mean, with the Peacemaker thing, we'll kind of transition a little bit. Speaking of good writing, Raised by Wolves on is that tomorrow night? I think it comes back.
I don't.
I think it comes back tomorrow night on HBO Max.
It's starting to get overwhelming, man. All these shows. I'm still behind. I still haven't finished season 1. I gotta freaking get on that.
It's definitely a show that you need to love. You either love it or you hate it, and it's one of those shows.
It's Ridley Scott, so I love everything that man does.
Yeah, dude, the show starts off weird, but you get, once you get past the weirdness, you're like, I'm in. And so Raised by Wolves, I believe it's tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure, I should say. So yeah, super pumped about that. But we're gonna jump back to Disney a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of good writing, The Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Hey now.
Book of Boba Fett. Now, I haven't seen the newest episode.
Man.
So please, no spoilers, guys. Especially, in the comments, please. But I'm talking about episode 5. Now, here's a testament. Because up until
it's like the whole Star Wars universe is
up
dead.
until now, Book of Boba Fett has kind of been, and for me, I'm a general audience member when it comes to Star Wars.
Right.
It's been kind of meh.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But the episode with Mandalorian, where Boba Fett takes a back seat, I would rather watch the Mandalorian fix a ship with that lady for 60 minutes than most of the other Boba Fett episodes. And that's a testament to people's love for the Mandalorian, the love and the writing on Mandalorian versus the writing on Book of Boba Fett. You can tell there's a clear-cut difference. You know, people just love Mandalorian, and I do not think Boba Fett is going to get a second season. I think he will be a supporting character going forward in this, little universe they're trying to put together on Disney Plus.
I mean, look, I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from and stuff, but kind of as the more a little more into Star Wars fan here, I just they're telling a different story.
Then again, I haven't seen episode 6, but we shouldn't have to wait till episode 5 and 6.
Well, and that's
good.
That's a whole nother conversation that we can have because it's
Casey.
I do. What's up, Casey? I do have issue, obviously, and I know it's everybody's talking about it, but look, what's one of the things that we talked about with the editor of Spider-Man No Way Home, and what we gave him a lot of credit for was that movie had
plug it. You got to plug it when you say stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So make sure and check out our interview with the editor of Spider-Man No Way Home here on the Pop Culture Corner.
Jeffrey Ford.
Ford, yeah.
So, Austin and I interviewed the editor of No Way Home and the editor of most Marvel movies, Jeffrey Ford.
Right.
So check out that interview.
Yeah. We'll link it in the boxes.
In the box that comes up now while we're talking. Yeah.
In the box of the box.
It happens later. It happens in the post production.
But we talked about with him, right, that it was all these kind of major cameos and moments and all these other things, but it was still Tom Holland's movie. It was still his Spider-Man. He was still the focus of it. So I do find that a little bit of an issue, as much as it's cool to see Mando. It's cool to see where Grogu, and I'll be honest, this last episode for me was probably some of the best Star Wars content we've gotten.
I can't wait to go watch it.
It is the best Star Wars content we've gotten in the last 20 years, live action wise.
The next episode?
Yes. But
it's better than Mando season 3 finale.
Yes. Season 2, yes.
No way.
Yes, but that's as a fan of someone who's a fan of deep lore and stuff, there's a lot. They really I love it. But I mean, but that's the thing. It's not the Book of Boba Fett. It's basically
it's Book of
Mando. It's not even that. It's a Mando. What this should have been, honestly, these 2 episodes should have been like a Disney Plus special or an in between to hold us over. For season 3, because we are now so invested in Mando. You saw the last episode, so what he says at the end. I got to go see. I got to go. Pay a visit to somebody.
Yeah.
So
Grogu, I believe.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. So it's we're so now outside of the story of where Boba Fett was and what was going on there, and that kind of little small town Godfather-ish crime thing going on there. It kind of has taken you out of it. But again, I'm so conflicted because it's like, how can you complain with how good this episode was? It was that good, but it's as a storyteller, as a filmmaker, and as something I have to recognize this is not in the story of this show. It's very outside. So yeah.
So what did you say, Caden? It was the Book of Tatooine, rather. Yeah, I think it
especially after this episode, what happens? It definitely feels rather like a Book of Tatooine or like the War of Tatooine or something or War of Mos Espa or something like a Civil War type. It's like it was like I feel like the first I had a problem with the first episode because it was basically nothing. Yeah. And then the second episode kind of gave us more to dive into. And third episode, again, gave us bare minimum. And then episode 4 kind of gave us something. So episode 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 5 and 6 especially have given us a lot. But 2 and 4 before this was giving us somewhat of something, while the other shows weren't giving us a lot.
Right. No, and I definitely understand that. And I definitely see where you're coming from with that. I just, as a general audience member, the beginning of Book of Boba Fett for me was tolerable. And then the Mandalorian episode raised it to a whole new level. And I'm excited to see where it goes. And again, I'm not a heavy lore guy for Star Wars. I'm getting there, the more I follow it. the more I watch it, the more I get into it, the more lore I pick up, and the more I invest in, go back and look and try to find things. Like
Right.
now I know who Thrawn is.
Right.
I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for guys like you who bring him up all the time and
Right.
give me a reason to go look. But with that being said, I did invite someone else in, and most people know him as the stirrer of the pot, Mr. Casey Walsh.
Whoa. Hey now.
Horrible. Why that's bad to be known as the stir of the pot. I'm like,
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing.
Here comes the guy who talks shit. Everybody, listen to him talk shit.
No, but what? So yeah, but
no,
I mean,
I don't know if you guys brought this up. So like, I was jumping on the conversation here. So it's called the Book of Boba Fett, right? So like, whenever we read a book, let's take Game of Thrones for example. Whenever we read a book, right, it's never always about one person, right? It's always about the overarching story that we're telling as a whole, and where all those characters kind of lead to that final climactic point. And I think that's kind of what this is doing, right? It's not Boba Fett's story; it's the story of Boba Fett. So like that involves Din and
many other characters,
other things, and all these other things coming together. And so that's kind of what we're getting. And yeah, was it a weird like Hulk, like where it like shot off to like go meet Mandalorian and all that stuff? Yeah, it sure is. But like, how's that any different from a Marvel episode spending an episode where we spend a whole episode with Echo? You know what I mean? Like, how's that any different? You know what I mean? Like, it's still telling the Boba Fett story. We're still leading to this like showdown with the Syndicate, and now Cad's there and all this other stuff. So I think that the story is still moving forward. I just think that they threw in kind of that Mandalorian stuff to say, hey, look at this is also happening. Like, this is also moving along the story. And when we go back to season 3 with the Mando, we don't have to fucking retread this ground.
I was just gonna say that
they were gonna do that. You know what I mean? So they can
go
right into the action. Because as good as those episodes were, they're kind of like boring. You know what I mean? They're not like doing a lot of things, right?
The book of Boba Fett has been pretty lackluster, I think, so far. But I don't know. I do still feel like this would have served better as like maybe a summer release Disney Plus special, because like even then Disney Plus hasn't done any original like Star Wars like movies or original like one-off things like that. So I think that could have been good to hold us over, just because it's like, I think for the fans that like really are into Boba Fett and really do care, like, because it's not necessarily me, but I know a lot of people that grew up with the original trilogy and stuff that want to see this character Boba kind of feel like he's being showed up a little bit by Mando and all this stuff. And I can see that as from a storytelling perspective that,
but like he should be, right? Like Mandalorian's a trained like warrior. Like Boba Fett's not a trained warrior. He's a fucking like
just a
kind of a
mercenary.
schlubby guy. Yeah. Like just happens.
Well,
he's definitely got the years. He's definitely got the
he's got
experience.
And he's a bounty hunter. He's a bounty hunter. He's got the chops. But the Mandalorian is trained his whole life.
He's also kind of going through an existential crisis, like at the moment, right? Too, like he's trying to like shed his bounty, like this bounty man kind of like coil that he's always lived and trying to be something else. So maybe that comes with a little bit of a softer edge, and that's kind of what he's been trying to get across to everyone around him. He's like, I don't want to go in there like guns blazing. I want to go in there and be a diplomat. I want to go in there and do this and try something different.
Right.
I always know I can go in there and shoot up the place. Like, let's try something else. Because what's his name's always trying to kind of get him to go in there, and Finnick is always trying to like just go in there and kill everybody. Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's super fun. I get the criticisms. Like, I definitely get the like, why do we spend 2 episodes with the Mandalorian? I get it.
It's weird to criticize because, like I said, as a fan, this is probably the best live action content we've got.
Yeah, and I think
Star Wars, it is so freaking good.
It works so much better.
Yeah.
Right.
As a TV show, like the movies just don't. There's just not enough time there to spend with all those characters, and then you're waiting 2 years between like the next chapter and those stories. Yeah. So I just think that the Star Wars kind of mythos in general kind of works better in this format or this
this medium.
Yeah. And I think Mando's showing that. And again, I think we just have to get under the idea of like they're telling one giant story with Ahsoka, with the Mandalorian,
with
Book
of
of
Boba Fett,
with
what was going to be Rangers of the New Republic,
Rangers or whatever. So I'm sure all those stories are going to come together, into one kind of endpoint.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, just like with Marvel, all leading up to Secret Invasion, and then what comes after. Star Wars seems to be doing the same thing where they're building like a pocket universe of stuff on Disney Plus. A lot of people haven't taken too kindly, i.e., geeks and gamers and all those people, to the theatrical Star Wars sequels. So people generally like the Disney Plus Star Wars. So why break it?
Yeah, I think Star Wars is just one of those things though, where you're always going to have people who are going to be unhappy or who are going to find things to pick apart about it.
Of course, yeah.
Or to
and
do whatever.
that's what I want to talk about tomorrow is toxic fan bases. Like toxic not just a specific one, but like multiple. Like Star Wars, at the end of the day, the people, they are very, very, they can be very toxic, the Star Wars fandom.
It's not about toxicity at this point, though. It's just like sometimes TV shows can just be entertaining and they don't need to be like, they don't need to be going after an Emmy every episode. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of like the criticisms around Boba Fett and the Mandalorian is like, well, it's not like compelling. It's not like, it's not like Emmy-worthy television. But no, it's like fun. Like it's visually like I thought the last episode was so visually like satisfying. Like it looks so good. You know what I mean? Like it's just great. It's just fun to watch. It's
I haven't seen it, so
45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not expecting it like to win Emmys or anything, but like to call it like trash or to say like, oh, this is terrible. Like
and like I said,
ridiculous.
It's telling a different story, than Mando. You're telling, there's a lot of stuff to fill in and like I can't remember who said it, if it was Nick or Anthony, but he's dealing with a lot mentally. This is kind of more
he's struggling mentally. I think
into that type of thing. And Nick, and the whole thing of like you said, him kind of wiping that bounty persona and becoming more of a kind of crime lord, more respectable than just for hire bounty. So I'm enjoying the story. I like it. I know it's not what everybody has come to expect, but I'm enjoying where they're taking it. I think that's one thing too that's great about Filoni is he can take these characters and take even certain aspects of the saga as a whole and make them work in these kind of series like he did with Clone Wars and like he's doing.
Not only that, like they're doing such a good job of like harkening back to things we didn't like right.
Right.
So
yes.
Like, they did.
Yes.
They've done that with the episode like 1, 2, and 3 stuff. Like they brought in the Naboo fighter, like made it look cool and all that shit.
Yep.
They are essentially playing off a Solo. Like this whole movie is a Solo spinoff. Like it's all about the crime syndicate. It's all about like the underworld of like Tatooine. Like it's all just fucking Solo shit. And no way theoretically like that movie didn't blow off the hinges, but like it obviously set the pace for what they're doing now, or it set like the tone for what they're doing now. And I wouldn't be surprised if like Han or whatever Aldridge, whatever that guy's name is, showed up in the last episode, or you know what I mean, like or I don't know the timelines. I don't know if what's his name is still alive. Is the guy with the horn still alive?
Maul? No, he's not alive.
No, he's dead. He's dead at this point, right?
Yeah, he's dead at this point.
So I mean, what's Emilia Clarke's character? What, maybe she shows up or something.
So it's possible. Her at this point, I'm thinking they're leading towards Thrawn.
I think Thrawn is like going to be the overarching villain.
Yeah,
But again, how does he?
Like I said,
I don't know the Star Wars lore. Is he in with the crime syndicates at this point after the Empire has fallen?
So he's like this guy who was in Rebels, and he basically
he's the new Vader.
Yeah, he was like
I understand who he is, but like
he was like Vader's underdog. Vader's like
after the Empire fell,
apprentice.
what did he do? Did he go?
Oh, he was gone. He was like
working
missing.
underworld.
He's missing. He's missing.
But he's
Right now, he's missing.
So could he
Yeah,
be?
with Ezra.
Could he be the guy behind the pikes? I guess what the question is.
It's
Yeah.
possible. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he can be.
It's most likely that after the fall of the Empire, he sticks around in the shadows and keeps things going. That's why.
But isn't he
The
like
Em-
one
'cause
of
the
those dudes,
Empire-
like, super honorable, and like he would like I don't know if spice trading would be something he'd be like into like very
Well,
much. I don't know.
Could be a
Thrawn-
front.
Thrawn, he went missing with Ezra when Ezra brought these big whale creatures who basically have their own version of the that speed thing. I'm forgetting the name of it. Like you go really fast in space. They have like their natural whatever that's called.
Lights
Uh,
are
Hyperspeed. They have their
Hyperspeed,
natural
yeah.
own. They have their own like hyperspeed. Like they're basically the creatures of hyperspeed, and basically they attached to like the ship that Ezra and Thrawn were on, and like they just boomed someplace and went missing. So basically, the Ahsoka show is going to be Ahsoka and Sabine finding Thrawn.
Ezra,
And
he's gonna be all
Yeah.
evil because he's been with fucking Thrawn for this entire time, and they're gonna have to have that
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's the other.
classic
Speaking of
turn the
Solo,
bad guy good Jedi storyline again.
Speaking of Solo, that's the other person they could bring in is Paul Bettany's character, Voss.
Dryden
or-
Voss.
yeah,
Dryden
Voss.
Voss.
Did
Right,
Voss not
Voss.
die in Solo? He would be like 100 though at this point, right?
No.
No, he does die.
Does he
He does-
die?
Yeah.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen Solo.
Yeah, he dies at the hands of
Emilia
I gotta
Clarke.
stick around.
Amelia Clark. Yeah.
Emilia Clarke,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
she kind of
Yeah.
like killed him and was like, I'm taking this bitch
But
over.
then again,
Right.
is death always permanent?
Yeah, it's not in Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, or anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Any
the
pop
way he
culture.
Well, what's his
died.
name isn't dead, right? Like Vance isn't dead. I think they
Who?
like the sheriff.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler free,
Well,
but yeah, no, he's still alive.
Ty hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Please.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, next. So overall though, Book of Boba Fett seems to be doing well. I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy. Listen, next thing, I'm not going to lie, is something I'm sure everyone's already talked about, but it is graphic, I guess you could say. So Ezra Miller put out a video where, and I'm going to play the video. I hate to do this, but I'm going to play a video, and then we could talk about it. And I have a couple things to say about it.
Hi, this is Ezra Miller, aka the Bengal Ghouls, the Mad Goose Wizard, and this is a message for the Beulahville chapter of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan. Hello, first of all, how are y'all doing? It's me. Look, if y'all want to die, I suggest just killing yourselves with your own guns. Okay? Otherwise, keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you know what I'm talking about. And then, we'll do it for you if that's really what you want. Okay, talk to you soon, okay? Bye!
You can't make this shit up.
Well,
Yeah, Ezra's a weird dude. Like I don't,
dude, I mean,
like I get the sentiment. And I know. I mean, I think we all know where that came from. I guess like it was like based around like
That
the family's house was
Beulahville house.
apparently attacked.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's like
which is
apparent.
fine, but like
so
I don't know. I don't know if it's his place to be out there
It's-
telling people to go
Well,
kill themselves.
Well, it's
whatever.
kind of from an emotional place because I think it's probably personal to him because Enosh. Okay, hold on.
And we lost Katie.
No. So Enosh. So on I forget days now. Days are messed up with me. One of our friends, Enosh, he got a DM from someone who's friends with Ezra, saying that it is personal.
I'm sure it's personal. I'm sure it's
And
personal.
it's,
I'm sure
and
it's
it's
not.
because the person that their house was burned down is someone close to Ezra.
Okay, yeah, and listen, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, this like like most celebrities, are held to a higher standard
Right.
when it comes to the front facing of the society, right? When they're on their platforms, perfect case is Gina Carano, right? Used her platform for her beliefs and stuff, and ended up losing her job over it. Now, whether it's personal or not, because you could make a case that Gina Carano's was personal as well.
I mean,
What's
don't-
going to happen with Ezra? Like, I don't think anything's going to happen.
Oh, nothing's
Nothing's
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen.
You're allowed to say whatever you want about Nazis, and I'm
Yeah,
all for
right.
that as well. Like
That's true.
I just
Yes.
think it comes to the point where, like, and this goes to again the tweet that he or the Instagram post he put out today that's driving everybody nuts. Of course,
Oh
the
yeah.
dude's nuts. He's crazy. Like,
he's definitely
he's
out there.
He's a very eccentric, weird person who tries weird attempts at humor. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but he did this weird YouTube video like defending Mike Brown, or like defending the guy who shot Mike Brown or something. Like, he's done weird things before, and he's done super weird social media posts, and he's done weird things are like, what are you doing, Ezra? So, like, I don't know, anything this dude does, I'm kind of like, okay, like, I don't really take
That's
it
just Ezra.
seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's just
this
Ezra,
leads
right?
me back to the choking thing when he was on video choking somebody. Now they're trying to tie it all together.
Slap her around a bit.
They're saying that she might have been a part of that
What?
Klan.
No,
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like all the way in Europe. That
happened in England.
happened in
Yeah,
Europe.
that's
No.
what. I read reports of them
That's
trying to
ridiculous.
connect it. I'm like,
ridiculous.
I'm like sitting there. I'm like, how does that?
How does
what?
someone from all the way from Europe
Yeah,
end up
Oh,
all the way
boy.
in Beulahsville, a part of this? Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah. So I mean, Ezra's Ezra, and he's bold,
Ezra's
and he's
crazy.
bold, and he's one of those. He's this new age person, right? There's these new age people that express themselves differently, and he's one of them. And make no mistake about it.
I just saw a great
Dude,
tweet.
he's definitely like a publicist nightmare. Like, he's
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
guys-
Yeah,
Imagine-
Jesus.
Imagine
just
being
like, oh,
his
boy.
manager. Oh my
Or
God.
publicist.
Like,
Oh,
I'm
dear.
surprised that dude's allowed to have a phone. I'm like being serious.
Yes.
Oh,
Again,
God.
I understand, like, people, whatever, they like Ezra because he's part of the Snyderverse or whatever, and that's pretty much the only reason they like him.
yeah.
But like dude's nuts. Like, he's
Yeah.
and I don't think he would dispute that himself. Like, I think he's very like openly kind of like open about his weirdness, and that's like totally fine for him to be weird, but you have to take that into account when he's posting shit like this, and he's posting weird cryptic tweets about Ben Affleck coming back,
Right,
or what seems to be more like
That's
him
very
joking.
right.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. So I don't take things Ezra says over things the actual actors themselves say. Like, if Ben
Right.
Affleck's telling you he's not coming back, don't discount that and go off of some weird tweet that
And it's
Ezra sent
the
out.
funny thing is, like, I think you and I, Casey, talked about it. Like, you said, like, it might be just him taking a shot at, like, ha ha ha, Batman's dead type of thing, or like, you're dead type of thing, like, ha ha. Ha.
Yeah, it's totally like a meta thing, like, right? Like, if Ezra's like this weird like meta dude, like, why it totally would be him being like, oh, I'm the Joker in this scenario, and I'm like taking credit for the Batman not coming back to any more movies.
Right.
Yeah.
This
So
little
this is
thing.
the tweet.
This is the Instagram story post thing,
So he wrote haha all over it.
and then underlined one last time. And then people are saying, "Oh my God, it's him saying that Ben Affleck's not done." But then,
Oh
I
my
think-
God, the Snyder people, come on.
and it's like, and like people are like, "Oh, Ezra's crazy." I'm like, who is questioning?
Why
Ezra's
wouldn't we
sanity?
be like rational people would look at this and be like, he underlined one last time.
Because it's his last freaking time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he must want us to focus on that phrase one last time, not he underlined it because
So then he's like, ha ha
because
ha,
he's coming
you're
back.
wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
like come on, guys, I love the Snyderverse more than a lot of people, right? I want nothing more than the Snyderverse to continue, but I'm a realist, and I can read the writing on the wall. And the writing isn't telling us good things right now.
Well,
The
even
characters are the legacy. The characters
little-
that Zach brought in are the legacy that Zach left.
their little Discovery's going to come in and save the day just took a huge blow yesterday because they're not Discovery is not buying outright anymore. They're doing what's it's called I think they're
Spin-off.
splitting off. Spin-off. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. It's a spin-off. So essentially, Warner Brothers or AT&T is still going to retain control in the boardroom. They still get 7 seats over 6 seats of Discovery. So at the end of the day, AT&T or the head company, whatever you want to call them, Warner Media, AT&T, whatever, they're still the ones calling the shots at the end, like when it comes down to the board members.
Yeah.
So like, this idea that like
It's
I don't
just
know.
a merger.
This idea that the
between-
merger is going
It's
to
not-
save everything is
it's not.
is
Like I would agree. Like is Toby Emmerich's job in danger once the merger comes in? Absolutely.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's either one guy that they can
Yes.
like shift out of there and like say, oh look, we're making change because his contract's done anyways, and he's probably 1 foot out the door, and he's friends with Zaslav,
Remember
and they
that
can like
article of him calling Netflix? You know, it's like
Yeah.
Netflix is
Yeah.
like,
Right.
They
Yeah.
can-
That was.
he
and he
called
can take
us
a
and
big
he wanted a
payout to walk
job. It's
away.
like, what?
yeah. So like sure, that I could totally see that happen, but are they gonna like clean house and like get rid of everybody? And is Jeff Loeb gonna come in and replace Hamada? And like, no, like come on.
right.
Like Zaslav's gonna need people there who are familiar with what they're doing, so they can continue doing it. And they're not spending like billions of dollars doing course correction shit. Like their idea is to grow the brand, not like halt everything they're doing and like backpedal it all and start
Backpedal,
over
yeah.
again. Yeah,
Which,
that's
and
ridiculous.
speaking of starting over again, we have another topic. So the Batman poster dropped, and it's obviously got a lot of Seven vibes going on. But as far as posters go, this is like the lamest thing I've ever seen.
But
Are you talking about the one
I
with
actually like it.
You like
The
this
question
poster?
mark?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it because it's not just a poster. It means something. Look at where like the question mark is landed.
But it's like
Look
the
at-
generic.
It's not
gen- man,
no,
look at
but
that.
No,
look
the
at it.
generic like
I love
placement
it.
of
No, but
of
look.
everybody.
No, it's not. It's intentional. It's intentional. Everything on this poster is intentional. It's not like some like. Look at it.
Oh, come on,
The,
Caden. You
the
sound like the Snyder
question mark
fans
and the
right
target
now.
thing. The question mark and the target thing is on Bruce Wayne.
You could have, yeah, you could have done this in a lot of different ways, though.
And then look
What
at
posters
the
are
other-
amazing are these ones.
But
These
go back to
are
the first
amazing.
one. Go back to it,
This
and then
is
look
generic.
at where the one that's pointing up and the other side. They're both. It's pointing at Riddler, Catwoman, and Penguin. It's not just like some poster thrown to. It's a great intentional poster.
I just listen.
The best
I'm-
poster is still the one where it's just his face, and then you zoom in on his eye, and then you
Oh
see
yeah,
the
with the
question mark.
green question mark. Yeah, I like that one. Too.
Yeah, that's the best one. But
Yeah.
either way, all these posters are better than anything Marvel's ever done. So it doesn't really put compare.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like these ones that have been coming out today. These ones are what I expected. This one just looks a little bit generic to me. I get it, right? It's cool with the Seven vibe to it, but it's very generic in the sense of like character placement. Like have all the bad guys, one faces this way, one faces that way. Good guy in the back overlooking everything. You know, it is generic, and don't fight me on that. Don't say it's not. It is. It's just got a little bit more element to it. It is.
It's generic, but it's intentionally generic.
Okay, but then we get to these ones. These ones are amazing.
Character post.
These are amazing. These character posters are exactly what I wanted and exactly what I needed out of it. Because
And this
there's
movie's gonna do such gangbusters. I don't think people understand like how crazy this movie's gonna do.
huge.
Yeah.
so here we
Like,
got
people saying it's
every
gonna flop are just ridiculous.
Oh
here
my-
we
oh,
here we have every Batman poster to date. Right?
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair because all these other movies had other posters as well. So I think you have to figure out which one is the like quote the official one that they're putting on everything.
Right. Well, as of now, this is what we got. What is your favorite out of these? What's your favorite poster?
Batman Begins easily.
Batman Begins is, I think, is the best poster in the.
Oh,
Batman
come on.
Begins or Dark Knight Rises?
It's Batman,
Batman
and
89.
Robin, and we all know it.
It's
Wait,
we
what
all
is
know
it?
it's Batman Forever.
Batman and Robin, okay?
Come on.
Arnold at the top. Uma and Alicia at the bottom. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. So, no, either Dark Knight Rises or Batman Begins, I think, take the cake.
It's between The Dark Knight and Batman Returns.
What about, the Dark Knight? I don't know.
I like that the whole. I don't like that Dark Knight Rises poster. It just looks like the Dark Knight poster, but you have the building on top of it, like above him.
Yeah, but
and
the
he's looking
building
down.
forms the bat logo. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I think Batman Begins takes the cake as of right now, though. So,
But I found something funny since we're on the Batman and we're just talking about some other things like this. I found this petition on change.org.
what? Boycott
Yeah.
the Batman?
21 people have signed it. That just tells
21.
you.
And then
There's
I
21. I'm sure Warner Brothers is shaking in their
they're
fucking
shaking in their
boots.
boots. They're like, "Oh my god, 21 people aren't gonna watch this movie."
Hey, by the way, how many people have donated to that idiot's
That GoFundMe.
GoFundMe
There's no way that's still up, is it?
to get influencers
know how you
to
can find it
talk
anymore.
about the Snyderverse?
Hold on, let me search for it. Snyder.
I did find it funny that Steve Agee was like, "How's that boycott going, you all?"
Yeah,
right.
Steve Agee and James Gunn both called out the boycott WB thing, and I thought that was
Well, because it's
hilarious.
stupid. It's so stupid.
It's
Like,
stupid.
and the
It's
fact that
so
they're like,
dumb.
"Oh, it's about racism." You guys don't know it's about. Okay, why are you starting it now? Like, why weren't you doing
Yeah,
it 2 years ago?
yeah.
Like, what do
And-
you mean it's about
and-
racism?
Yeah, it's out of control. It's out of control. So stop trashing the DC universe from day one.
Like, if you want to boycott WB because you're mad that they're not like doing their Snyderverse, fine, but don't fucking don't say you're doing it because of racism, or don't like go after James Gunn and Steve Agee saying they don't know what they're talking about because like you're boycotting against racism. You're not boycotting against racism. You guys, if that was the case, you would have boycotted 2 years ago, and you wouldn't all be wearing JL merch. Like, stop.
Right, that's the
Shut
thing.
up.
Like, it's like boycott
Yeah.
Warner Bros. But then you buy the ZSL Blu-ray, you buy more JL merch, you buy like all
You
these
buy Funko Pops
and, like,
and then make satanic rituals on fucking Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
exactly.
Like,
And it's like I'm boycotting Warner Brothers, but I'm gonna buy all the ZSJ merch and have my AT&T phone wireless
and
plan.
I'm gonna tweet about it 25 times a day. I
Yeah,
don't think they
exactly.
understand what
Yeah,
boycott means. Like, I don't
yeah.
think
yeah.
any of them really do.
But no,
kinda weird.
boycott. And I've said this. I think these other two guys know. I've said this a lot. Boycott is not a it's not a threat. So it's a
It
threat,
doesn't hurt.
but it's
it
an
doesn't
it's an
hurt.
empty threat
Yeah,
because
it's empty threat.
no one will truly, because boycott means you will cut all ties with that, right? You
Right.
will try to back them into a corner because you're not buying their product anymore, and you're cutting them off,
Right.
and having nothing to do with them at all whatsoever.
Yeah, you're cutting
boycotting-
off the.
Yeah, boycotting
That
is
means
now.
you're not going to be talking. If you're boycotting Warner Brothers, that means you're not going to be talking about Peacemaker. You're not going to be. You're going to only be boycott Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
You're not gonna ask
that's
them
it.
to restore a universe either. You're gonna want
Yeah,
every actor
and
and
that's the thing,
director
like, I
that
was
you like to never work with them again. Like, this is
Right,
ridiculous. It's
and-
crazy.
And it's like boycott Warner Brothers.
People like to boycott the Flash movie. Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
You know you're
Boycott
gonna
only
be
works
out
on-
there seeing the Flash. Stop lying to yourselves. Like, we get it. You want to be this guy on social media who is like, super like, yeah, I'm gonna boycott it for the right reasons. I know you'll be there first day. I know you
Yeah.
will.
Okay,
Stop
that
lying.
Zod writer in the chat isn't the real Zod writer, right?
It is.
No, it is. He's a member.
Oh wait, what? I'm very confused.
He's a member.
Never mind. We'll talk about it offline.
So anyway, actually, I'm going to be
going to
appearing
boycott the
on.
boycott.
Actually, I'm going to be appearing on Zod Rider's show on February 17th. We had a little dispute. Austin was there. We did a video about one of Zod. I'm going to be upfront. I there's one thing in life, I used to try to be very. I used to try to build a wall, but now I'm just going to be open, right? Zod Rider, I made a video about Zod Rider criticizing his beliefs. I still don't believe in what he says. I still don't fully understand and fully get Zod. But the fact that him and I can have a conversation and, he supports the channel, that's great. And I'm going to appear on his show. He knows that it's going to be an interview style. He knows that it's, we're going to disagree. And he knows that I'm not going to back down from my points. He knows, right? I'm going to come in and I'm going to say my piece. And I'm going to say, my side of the story, what I was thinking, what I thought. And he knows all that. And he's still going to do it. And I respect that. I think debate.
You're so nice.
Yeah, I think debate is healthy. I think conversation and communication is healthy. So I'm giving it a chance. So I tune into that show on February 17th.
I agree. I think debate is healthy, but I don't know Zod Rider, so I'm not going to say this is him. But I mean, a lot of times it's never when you're talking to at least that.
Wait, what?
Casey?
What?
God?
Is Casey, you there? Are you out there?
Where you at? He's at the front door. Let me in! There's a storm!
Yeah.
There's a freaking storm! Let me in!
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Oh God.
No. But so one of my last topics of the night, though. One of my last topics of the night is.
Hold on.
Okay.
I just saw the funniest headline that Discussing Film has ever done in ever. Hold on.
Okay, share it.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it right now. Because
You fucking moron!
this is hilarious. Rudy Giuliani was unmasked as an editing costumed contestant in the taping of an episode of The Masked Singer last week. As soon as they saw Giuliani, judges Ken Jeong and Robin Thicke left the stage in protest.
Same.
Oh my. And eventually they returned, but it's just the funniest thing ever that Rudy Giuliani, of course they've had controversial people like Sarah Palin on before, but this is just even funnier that Giuliani was there. I don't know where where did Ty go?
Oh no, it's our show now.
Oh no, I'm right here. I was asking questions. I was wondering why you guys couldn't hear me. I was like, oh, I'm not in the show. That's why. I don't understand this post. I don't get it at all.
No, so this is this show that Fox does called The Masked Singer, and Rudy Giuliani was one of the contestants that was voted off because they have panelists Ken Jeong, Robin Thicke, Nicole Scherzinger.
So Giuliani was in a
voted
costume.
Was voted off and was unmasked. And when he was
He
unmasked,
was in a costume though.
Yeah, he was in a costume though.
Singing.
I wonder if he had some black sweat.
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
But it's so when he was unmasked and he was voted off, it says Ken and Robin Thicke just walked off stage and was like, what the heck? And at least he was voted off for the first episode. They're not gonna they didn't reveal who he was and all that stuff to keep the mystery. But yeah, it was just something funny that I saw, and I just wanted to just point that out.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So I don't know where Casey went, but so we're gonna be wrapping up in about 10 minutes, guys. I know. So what's going on? So Poindexter Lounge is a big show tonight. I'm guessing.
Yes. So obviously at 8 o'clock or 5 Pacific Standard, wherever you are, Enosh Poindexter Lounge. Tune in. They're gonna have some cool announcements over there. And some cool things happening,
Yeah.
and that should be fun.
Cool.
And then
Cool.
yeah, that's all I got.
So I mean, as far as everything goes, guys, it's kind of business as usual. In terms of stuff, tonight's been my first night back, and now I'm gonna start pumping out the content. Got everything ready, and I'm ready, and editing takes time, so I'm gonna be doing shorter videos and more pre-recorded stuff, but I'm gonna try to get it to 2 live streams a week, and I'm just trying to figure out my schedule. So a lot of announcements on this side of the table coming very, very soon in terms of where the show will be going and what it will become, because it's going to become something kind of newer and different in terms of what it is now. It's mostly live streams, get together, talk about what we love. We're still going to be doing that, but there are going to be there are going to be alterations in terms of showcase and all that stuff, and then GWW as well. So guys, my day ones, Casey, Caden, I almost called you Alien, Austin, you guys are absolutely amazing. I think a new Casey is here.
What?
And
Double Casey.
They're both muted. I'm very confused now.
Well, unmute yourself, Casey.
Will the real Casey Walsh please stand up?
But so my next live stream is going to be tomorrow night, where we take a look at some fandoms and the toxicity in them. Now Austin is obviously more than welcome to be there. Casey is more than welcome to be there, and Caden, you're more than welcome to be there. But I hope all of the audience, you guys show up. It's gonna be fun to take a deep dive into these fandoms and what makes them tick. Whether it's the Snyder fandom, whether it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, and see how they all differ. And see how why, what led them down these paths. And then as far as the pop culture update, be trying to do these. There's Casey.
There he is. There he goes. There he was.
It's the multiverse of Casey's.
The multiverse of Casey's. He's Spider-Man No Way Homing us. But yeah, so lots of stuff happening, guys. I'm super excited. Tonight was just the first. I had some stuff I wanted to edit, and I was like, you know what? I just rather go live and just talk with the boys. So glad we got to do this. Glad we get to get all those stories out of the way. Now I can move on to the stories that I want to deep dive into. As for us, you can find us here on Pop Culture Corner. To all of our members, thank you so much for being members. You guys truly, support the show every single month without doubt. And it truly it blesses my heart. And then, make sure you subscribe. If it was your first time here tonight, make sure, like you said, ring notification bell, share, support. All that good stuff. Where can they find you, Austin?
Yeah, you can find me over at Little Big City Studios Network. We are close to 150 subscribers.
Hey!
It'd be really cool if we get there. I got some cool things in the works and stuff. Obviously, check out if you're into sports, our Big Bet podcast on Saturdays. Other than that, yeah, you can find me here, Poindexter, $3 Theater. I'm all around in that sphere.
Yeah, you are. You're a whore.
I am.
You are.
I like to just hoe myself out for the streams.
Yep.
I do.
You're a hoe. You're a hoe.
I'm a hoe.
You're a hoe. You're
I
a
can't.
hoe.
What can I say? I'm a hoe.
Caden, as far as Caden, you can find Caden here. Caden is
You can find me everywhere.
Caden is
You
here.
you can find me everywhere.
He might want to tell you that he's something else, but
he's actually here.
But he's actually here, and I Caden,
I'm in
Caden has a
basement.
Caden has a show that him and I are developing, and we should probably get on that, but you're already doing a show on my Monday nights, I believe, on Austin's
Friday
channel,
nights.
network.
Friday nights.
Night. Sorry. Where is what's that? What's going on with
the
that?
Caden Hour? It's at 4:30.
Which, by the way, congratulations, is the most successful show on the channel. So congratulations, Caden. He's killing it. He's everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. We are super proud of him.
Hitting myself in the back. I'm abusing myself.
Beat myself up.
Well, I'm not. Yeah. So that's Fridays 4:30. And last Friday I had Josh Bowen on as my special co-host. Next week I have Aaron's World Order on next week.
That's the thanks we get, huh, Ty? Kids bringing on guests before us. He's even wow. That's how it goes.
You have to.
Yeah. By the way, Fridays and Sundays are my days off. So if you ever want a guest, I am available.
Every other week I have a guest. So you two will be my March guest.
All right.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
It becomes big time and just forgets about the two of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you guys to this curve and be like, I don't know those guys anymore. Those guys over there, they ain't the cool kids.
Yeah, they ain't the cool kids. But as far as Casey goes, you guys can find him on Twitter. I don't know where he went. So you can find him on Twitter at the Comics Kid, comics with a K at the end. And yeah, watch him stir the pot on on Twitter and everywhere else. I love it. But also, if you're looking for any of your geek news, stop by the Pop Culture Corner or visit gww.com. Get TubeBuddy. Link is in the description below. If you're a creator and you're not using TubeBuddy, you're missing out.
Then what are you doing?
It's got so many tools, so much stuff you can use, and it integrates directly with YouTube. It's something YouTube promotes actually, so it's not some weird third party thing. It integrates directly with YouTube and gives you recommendations for tags and SEO and title length and all that good stuff. It's a really great product. So sign up with the code below, as well as if you are in the New England area or in the UK, head over to a local Showcase Cinemas and catch a flick. They've got state-of-the-art ventilation systems that allow guests to focus less on the pandemic and more on the movie where the action is. So, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. We will see you. And I wonder if Caden's got his finger on the button. We will see you next time we do it for you. We do it for the culture.